This is Marc Ebinger with Crükus Virtual Staffing, and in this video, we're going to talk about providing structure for your virtual assistant. Setting daily and weekly expectations is critical to their success. If they know what they have to aspire to and what they have to complete, then they are going to be more successful at their daily and weekly tasks. So here's some of the expectations as an example that we use over at Crükus with our virtual assistant. So setting expectations on phones. If your virtual assistant is handling telephones and they're front facing, then they need to make sure that they answer the phone when it rings. If they can't get to the phone for whatever reason, they should follow up with a callback as well, and a text would be perfect. If there's an important notification that comes in, some kind of important information the VA needs to relay to you, set the expectations on what that might look like, and then have them take whatever action that you put in your standardized operating procedures. Also, how are they going to handle calls that need to be forwarded? So if they get a call in, that person needs to speak to you, make sure they understand how to then connect that person to you in a way that's very streamlined and represents your brand correctly. Appointment blocking, if they're doing calendar management for you, you're going to want to make sure that they block out appointments properly, whether that's setting appointments, blocking off times in your calendar that are for special use or private or personal, so that you don't accidentally appointments set in an area where they're not supposed to be set. Also, reminders are important. You can automate some of these, but it's still always best if it's being managed by a virtual assistant. If there's any important information that comes around an appointment, like it needs to be rescheduled or delayed or anything that impacts that particular appointment, that's where a virtual assistant can really excel. It's more than just opting for a reschedule. It might be, hey, I'm running 5 minutes late. Now your virtual assistant can say, okay, that's fine. I'll let Mark know. That's what the VAs are really good at. And then any kind of other important notifications. Of course, the reminders are going to be automated, but there might be other important notifications that might come with that on appointment blocking. Let's say somebody sets an appointment on short notice, right? If your virtual assistant is monitoring that, then they can take action to make sure that you are notified that, hey, there's an appointment that came up, be ready for it. When it comes to email management, this is a big one too. They can manage like your spam, give them instructions on emails that you're not interested in receiving so that they can opt out of those kinds of things. They can also organize your inbox into subfolders, such as things around particular projects you might be working on. Yeah, like my assistant has a section that's for her to follow up on. So any emails that are for her, she'll just take those and drag and drop them into her own folder, and she'll take care of those. If something is for me to check personally, then it's flagged for me to check and it's put in that folder, and then I can go and check it myself. But you might want to also separate them into other areas that might be special to whatever it is that you are doing. If there's an important notification that comes in through your email, make sure you have instructions for your assistant on what kind of actions to take. If there's something that comes in that's part of this particular group that's important, or this particular client that's important, make sure that they know to relay that information to you ASAP if that's what you need them to do. Project updates for project-based tasks. This is good too. Going back to the weekly and daily expectations. If you have a project that's being managed, it could be a client project, it could be an administrative project, any kind of project that requires being managed, and then you want regular updates on it, then make sure that your virtual assistant knows about that. If it's something they're working on personally, or if they're monitoring a project being worked on by another part of your business, they can provide those updates for you in their end of day reports. Speaking of end of day reports, that's a huge deal too. Have them give end of day reports daily to kind of list, hey, this is where these particular items are at. And then also they can put in there if they're stuck anywhere, if there's any special alerts or problems that they're dealing with, they can list that in there so that you've got something in writing saying, hey, I need help here, or I'm stuck here, or this is a problem that's occurring with this particular project. But it's best to get those daily in writing. Now, these are the types of accountability and structure things you want to put in place the sooner the better. It's perfect if you can start with them, but at least if you've got some structure, and then as you add tasks for your VA, just continue to provide accountability structure, right? This is how I want things done, and this is how you let me know that those things are done, and this is how you connect with me, or this is how you alert me if there's a particular problem that you need help with, because you don't want them to get stuck on something and not be able to move forward. All right, that's it for this video. I hope that's helpful. You guys have a great week. We'll see you on the next one.